Hi guys, and welcome to All About the Philippines. Now there's a saying on Philippines YouTube channels that I've heard from many people, and I think this started with Rike, where he said you want to live at least 2 islands away from your Philippine family. So this is for the guys who have gone to the Philippines and they're with their Filipino girlfriend or the Filipino wife. They might be retired in the Philippines, and that was his advice to people. Now, he would say that, I assume, because he felt the Filipino family may always be just turning up unannounced, which is possible, and also because maybe the money factor, where the Filipino family may think that he's a bit of a bank and might always be there asking for money. Now, ever since Rike made that statement that you should be 2 islands away from a family, it seems to have caught on through the Philippines genre on all the videos where people come back and say, oh, you should always be 2 islands away from the Filipino family, when most of these people don't even know what they're talking about. They just follow blindly like sheep, like they've heard other people say it, so they think, oh yeah, that must be right. So anyway, I'm about to give you my thoughts on how close is too close to your Filipino family in the Philippines, so stay tuned. Now, for me, when I hear that saying you should be always 2 islands away from your Filipino family, that really annoys me because it's a typical Western man's attitude towards the Philippines, really putting himself above his Filipino girlfriend or wife, thinking that the world revolves around him. Now, did this man ever consider the woman in all this? And the Filipino culture being the way it is, how close families are. And they do like to interact with each other. And this foreign man doesn't even give consideration to how close she is to her family and how much she might still need her family, especially in tough times. And the guy just says, no, we're going away from your family. It's just going to be you and me. That's all you need is me. And that's the high and mighty attitude of many Western men. And really, what does that even mean when someone says, oh, you've got to be at least 2 islands away from your family? I mean, how big's an island? How far's an island? It makes no sense at all. It's just all nonsense. It's a catchphrase, and it's a load of BS in my opinion. Now, of course, you look at this picture we've got on the screen there. Now, you might be living in that house on the right, the green one, and the one on the left, you might be the relatives. Yes, that's going to be too close. You know, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, that's a little bit too close. Because people do need a little bit of time to themselves, away from their family. So, to me, yes, that's too close, and I would not be in that situation. Now, my view obviously is that you don't want to be living on top of each other, but you want to be far enough away that you can combine seeing your family still and them seeing you with a bit of independence away from them as well, and a bit of time for you as the Western guy to be with your Filipino wife or girlfriend in the Philippines. So how far away from your wife or girlfriend's family would I suggest? Well, I would say around about 2 hour bus ride is still good enough for them to be able to come to you. It's not too far, and it would limit the amount of times they do come to you, but it would be available for them to visit you or you visit them, especially in times of emergencies or when you might need something in particular from your Filipino family. And it's not like they're going to be getting on a bus and traveling 2 hours there and 2 hours back every single day. So to me, around about a 2 hour bus ride or a 2 hour trip, if you're talking islands, well, within a 2 hour ferry ride, let's call it. And to me, that gives a good balance between the Filipina needing her family and you guys needing the time for yourselves to go forward in your relationship together into the future. And for those Western guys that are worried about the family always coming over and asking for money, and yes, that does happen in some Filipino families, but not all. So if you're one of these guys who have that issue, then 2 hours or so away from where the family are located will really help with this problem as well. They're not going to be hopping on a bus all the time to come and see you to try and get money out of you. And in my opinion, if you're one of these guys that get with a Filipina and go and live in the Philippines with her, and you try and isolate her from her family, and that's what you're doing here if you want to go 6 or 7 hours away from where your Filipina's family are, then you are just controlling and you're really not thinking about her. You should have done all your research before you started dating this Filipina to know just how important her family is. And if you really care for your Filipina, then there is no way you would put her through that anguish of being away from her family or so far away from her family. And again, that is a typical Western selfish attitude to put himself above her and not give consideration to her. And that really makes me get quite angry, because I see it a lot of times here in the West. I do see it with guys here, and they give no consideration to her or how she's feeling about anything. And this is an extension of that when guys go to live in the Philippines. And she's really treated very poorly, in my opinion, when guys withdraw her away from her family. Family systems in the Philippines are far different to the family systems in most Western countries. And any of you guys that are with a Filipina or going to date a Filipina really need to understand that and do your research on that, and not try and pull your girlfriend or wife away from those that she cares deeply about. Now, the idea of this video came about because someone actually put that in a comment in one of my recent videos where they did ask about, what Rike had said and about the two-island thing. And I guess that sort of triggered me a little bit. I thought I'd better do a video about it, because I guess I'm just sick and tired of these Western guys out there who really think they're far above their Filipino wife or girlfriend. So anyway, guys, that's my bit of a rant today. As I said, that did trigger me a little bit because I'm sick and tired of seeing that come up constantly. But if you have an opinion on this, put your comments below. Don't forget to be respectful, of course. And if you've enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Share the video with all your networks. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell to get more videos. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support. Take care, and bye for now.